Alright, good morning guys. This is your lesson on volume that are on page 67 and 68 in your AKS book. Let's go over some definitions and some formulas up here at the top. It says volume is the amount of space inside a three-dimensional figure, and the formula volume of prisms is base times the h. Now you notice that's the big B. What does that big B mean? That is the area of the base of the shape. Let's move down a little bit. That says area of the base, and I'm going to show you some examples down here in the what area of base means. Let's go over some formulas that you use. A triangle formula. You'll see it two different ways. 1/2 base times height. And you'll also see it base times height divided by 2. Usually you'll see it this way, but you'll see it both ways sometimes. Parallelogram is just a regular base times height. Now trapezoid you don't see too often, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. It's 1/2 base 1, which is the top of the figure, plus base 2. You're going to add the two bases together, and then you're going to multiply by the height. Or you could see it this way, again base 1 and base 2 divided by 2 and then multiplied by the height. So there's your formulas. Now we're going to go over some examples. So we'll move it up. Okay, the first question said this is a rectangular prism. First question says the shape of the base. So the base is this part down here on the bottom, and it's the same as this part on the top. You could also have the bases as this left side and right side if you turned it over on the sides, but for this particular picture we're using this larger rectangle. So we're going to say the shape of the base is a rectangle. The second part, it says what's the area of the base of the formula. So going back up here, area is base times height. We're trying to find the area of this part down here on the bottom. So here's my base times height right here, 7 times 10. So but it's asking for the area, so we're going to put base times height. They want the formula there, and then they want the base. So that would be 7 times 10. So that's going to be 7 meters squared. Okay, so we got a rectangle. Here's the formula. Here's the area of that rectangle. And then it wants to know the height. Well, the height is right here. The way it's sitting is a 2. So I'm going to put a 2 meter there for the height. And then it wants to know the total volume of the entire figure. Well, we know this bottom part is 70. We have a height that fills in the rest of it of 2. So you're going to end up doing 70 times 2 equals 140 meters cubed. So basically what we just did is volume equals length times width, which is the base, times the height. Okay. Okay, let's go to this shape right here. A little different. You got triangles on this side and the back side, which those are considered your bases because the opposite sides are the same. Over here we had two different bases. We could go this way, or we could go bottom top. Here the only base we have is the triangle because they're the same on both opposite ends of the shape. This rectangle here is not the same as this one. It's a little bit longer. So the shape of the base is a triangle. Okay, and then it says area of the base. I'm going to use base times height divided by 2. Same thing as over here. I'm going to use base times height divided by 2, or you could do base times height times 1/2. Now they want the area of the base. So don't forget, move down, the base is this triangle right here. So the area would be 12 times 9, which I got from here, and then divided by 2. And that's going to give us 54 feet squared. That's the area of the base, which is the triangle. Now it's asking for the height. Okay, the height is kind of hard to see, but if you laid that on the triangle, that height would be this 7 right here. Okay? So I'm going to put 7 feet. Okay, so basically I'm doing the 54, which is the biggest base, the base of this triangle, times 7 equals 378 feet cubed. Now let's review real quick. This triangle is considered the big base of the whole shape because it's the same shape as this one over here. It has to be, both sides have to be the same shape to have it be the base of the figure. Okay? Okay, let's go to a different one. Let's go to the back. This will be page 68. So let me get my shapes ready. Okay, so we're going to go back to the rectangle. This is basically the same one we just did, except it has different, it's turned a little bit different. The base of the shape is still a rectangle. Okay, now it wants the formula of that particular shape, which is this bottom part right here, or the top part. Now it wants the area of the base. So we're going to go 6 times 14. 6 times 14 equals 84 centimeters squared. Where did my 6 come from? Here. 14 here. Now what's the height? The 3 right here. Okay. So the volume is going to be our 84 times 3, which is basically length times width times height, and that's going to give us a total area of 252 centimeters cubed. Okay, let's go to this shape. Now this is sitting on its base. The other one was laying on its side. This one's sitting on the triangle. So the shape of that base is a triangle. Let's write the formula again. I'm going to do base times height divided by 2. Now it wants the area. So let's go back to the picture. Let's use this side because the measurements are there. There's the base 13. There's the height of 4 of that triangle. Area of the base, which is this base, is the triangle. All right, so let's fill in the numbers. 13 times 4 divided by 2, and that would give us 26 millimeters squared. So that is the area of this triangle. Now it's asking for the height, which is 7. Where did I get 7? Right here. Now to solve it, we're going to do 26 times 7, which is 182. All right. Now, I want to explain this real quick. This is our formula. The big B is this triangle right here. It's base of the shape, not the base of the triangle, the base of the shape, what it sits on. That's the big B. So that's what we did right here. We found the area of that particular part, and then we multiplied it by the height right here. We're going to go over one more. This one right here, I'm going to show you how to do it on the calculator, but the answer is 18 centimeters. Well, let's go over the question first. It says the volume is 5,832 centimeters squared. What's the length of one edge? I'm going to show you how to do this on the calculator because all these edges on a cube are the same. Let's go to this one. This one is the volume. It's giving you the volume, kind of like last week we were given the circumference and the area, so we kind of had to back it up. It says the volume of a rectangular prism is 1,008 meters cubed. What's the height? Okay, so we're going to fill volume equals big B times H, or volume equals length times width times height. I'm going to plug it in this calculator. So in this formula right here. So the volume is here. The length is 14. The width is 16, and then we're trying to find the height. So what I'm going to do is multiply these two. Okay, let's go over that again. The volume is 1008 from here. The length and the width is here. So I just plugged in 14 and 16. And we're trying to find H. Okay, so what I'm going to do is multiply these two first. So that's 224H. That says 224H. And then, like we did with circumference and area, we're going to divide it by 224, and H equals 4.5. That's the height. So let's go over it one more time. Here's one formula. This is the formula expanded. I used this one. There's my volume, there's my length, there's my my width right here. We're trying to find the H. So I got it filled in here, and then I multiplied 16 and 14 and got 224, and then I divided and got the height. Okay, there's your notes on page 67 and 68.